decided to go live. I hope my connection is good enough over here to do it. Comments are off, right? Because I don't want people popping in like the last time. That was crazy. That was during, I think, Sagittarius, when I did the Sagittarius reading last. Got crazy with trolls. And I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's just getting ridiculous. And so, yeah, I'd like to go live and just do live chat with y'all. But right now, there's so many things like I want to say. And I don't want trolls popping on live, derailing the whole conversation and whatnot. So, would love to hear in the comments below, and I'll do my best to respond to y'all as usual. But yeah, there's just some things that I wanted to talk to y'all about. I hope y'all are having a good weekend, by the way. First of all, I wanted to apologize for the sound quality of the last video. Yes, in addition to the troll. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about with this troll, is one ridiculous, highly ridiculous person who took the time to set up like 20 accounts so that as soon as I blocked one account, he'd pop up with another. And this went on, me and Nun Nun, my moderator, thank you again, Nun Nun, we were like getting him off one account after another, and there were like 20 of them, and it's like, oh my God, what is wrong with people these days that this is what you do with your life? You set up 20 fake accounts so you can just like harass people that you don't even know. Get a life, this is kind of my feeling, but sign of the times, right? And but the other thing I wanted to apologize for with that last video is, I went back to listen to some of it, and I was going to start time stamping. None ended up time stamping. Thank you again. I just couldn't hardly bear to listen to it. It was awful. The sound was just like, and as I said from the beginning of that video, the location of that video was kind of off the cuff because I was planning on filming here at my daughter's apartment, but something happened with the internet where they got accounts mixed up or something on devices, and they cut it off and we couldn't get it back on. And so at the last minute, I had to find a location where I could live stream and do the video as promised. So we ended up over at the place where I'm gonna be moving, because just 3 days prior I had Uverse set up over there. But the problem is, it's like a construction zone over there still because we're working on it. But I went to the one room that had the walls finished. It was completely painted, and we put down flooring, but we haven't yet installed a ceiling fan. So there was this fan running in the background in the, hottest time of year, August, in Texas. And I mean, even though you can hear that fan going, I was so hot in there with my Texas tea and my AC. So I am going to go live again, and it's probably going to be at that location, but I will have hopefully better sound, better AC, and it'll be less echoey because I'll have furniture over there by then. That is going to be on the 27th of August when I go live for the new moon in Virgo. And I'm just putting it out there because I feel like I have to be redundant on the channel because it's really hit or miss. I have people who are subscribed, they've activated the bell for notifications, they have they try to keep up with me, but despite all of that, they still don't get the notifications for when I'm going live. And by the way, like I put out, I think 2 days prior to going live, I did my typical, hey, we're going live, what signs do you want me to read for, right? Which only is seen by people who have subscribed and hit the bell for notifications. People are coming to my community page. Those are the only people who are going to see that. But some people didn't see it until after I went live, and I got Sagittarius in at the very last minute. And then after I went live, somebody posted Aries, and I would have loved to do Aries because I like to, eavesdrop on Aries from time to time. It's so fun, right? But damn, I didn't get to eavesdrop on Aries in the last live because I didn't get that sign requested until after it went live. So I'm just telling you, be on the lookout around a little bit, a couple days, 24, 48 hours before the 27th, when I go live again for that new moon in Virgo, because that'll be your chance. And I really do try to make sure that I give people ample notices and opportunity to respond, but it happens. So what else I want to say? Oh, I have been meaning to say, and I keep forgetting to tell y'all, and it's kind of important. It is very important. One of the setbacks that I experienced that I didn't talk about in my video where I put out a video giving my Aquarian perspective on Saturn in Aquarius and the full moon in Aquarius that we just had. I failed to mention that my phone out of nowhere died on me. I don't know if this has anything to do with the fact that my Mercury is also in Aquarius, right? Data loss. Saturn almost, not far from my natal Mercury in Aquarius. So all of a sudden, my phone, which was actually not that old, just totally blitzed out. It just, the screen and everything just gone out of nowhere, and I took it over to AT&T and they told me it was water damage, and I'm like, nah, this is not water damage. I haven't water damaged it. But they replaced it. Okay, and so that turned out, I guess, good in a way because I got an upgrade and they paid off basically, my phone, okay, was like it's all coming out of the wash. But the downside was that I lost a shit ton of data because come to find out, when I tried to get my backup off of iCloud, they only had a backup from 2020. So I'm sharing this with you because there are some people that I've met offline after 2020. Like there's a lady that I met in Wichita, and I'm not going to say her name, but we hit it off marvelously at one of the events that I did out there with my tent. Oh my goodness, she was quite the character. She's an older lady, what you would call one of these indigo child, because she came to me and she's like, look at my eyes, what do you see? And and I'm telling you, it was deep. She's bright blue eyes, my gosh. Okay, she knows who she is if she's watching. Anyway, she just started laying it all out, dropping stuff up, and I was like, my eyes got really big, and I said, you can't talk this way to most people. She's like, I know. She's talking about crazy stuff, aliens, conspiracy theories, yada yada, all this stuff. And I was like, ooh, you're a special one. I don't come across people like you very often. Let's exchange numbers. And I got her number and we were keeping in touch and everything, but I lost her number in this data thing. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If I met you after 2020, contacts gone. I was only able to update from 2020. I'm still working on this phone. I'm still trying to get the data off of it. I don't know if I will successfully do it, but as of right now, I don't have your number. I don't even have messages, text from prior to 2020. It's weird. It's really some weird shit. Which kind of plays into this full moon in Aquarius that we just had, which is a lot of disconnect, right? And I said that in that reading. A lot of the signs were getting Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups over and over again. And you know, Eight of Cups is like emotional disconnect, walking away physically, leaving something behind. I am, by the way, thinking of putting out a video, might film it right after this one, of why Aquarians do their disappearing act, which we are famous for. In addition to our, oh, what do they call that? God complex. We have a God complex and we do a disappearing act. Typical Aquarian, yes. I might comment on this, all right? Because I honestly think a lot of people are going through this energy, Aquarius or not. And I've just been seeing so much disconnect around the time of this full moon. Myself included, especially me with all my Aquarius placements. Absolutely. Some of it intentional, some of it not, like the data loss. It's like, well, gee, I don't know what this has anything to do with. Not far from my natal Mercury in Aquarius, but that's that. I put my notice out there. And, yeah, it is announced. Look, let me say that, you know, blockages are continuing a bit in my 10th house with my career. I did do an event about a week or so. I did an event and it actually went pretty well. And that was, oh my gosh. But I was busy with the data loss and everything. I didn't upload any. I've been trying to do these reels for y'all, okay? And by the way, comment on the last reel and said something about it was F music or whatever. Listen, I don't pick that music entirely. That's you can only pick from a certain list that these platforms will allow you to because of copyright notices. And then I go to like TikTok or YouTube or whatever, or Instagram, and I ask them to recommend a song that works. The beat visually meshes with the visuals, okay? Yeah. And so, sorry if you don't like the music. It is what it is. I can't please everybody, but that's how that goes, okay? It's because all this copyright bullshit that's going on. Believe me, if I could pick my music, I could pick some damn music, okay? But they're very controlling on these platforms. Very, very controlling, and I can't stand it, but who cares, right? They will do what they want to do at the end of the day. Clearly. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. I did go to another local event, but I didn't post about it. So much going on. Like, for example, my daughter's cat passed away. Oh my gosh. Just, right, my phone dying. It's so much. So I'm not even telling you everything. It's just every day. The energy is just all over the place, okay? But I will be doing more events. That particular event was encouraging because I did well and I had a lot of people say really positive, affirming things to me, like, and that's important. Those of you who give words of encouragement, it is really important at this time because with Saturn practically sitting damn near on my natal sun, me feeling squeezed, it's extremely, extremely discouraging. So I got a little bit of a boost that last weekend that I did the event. But then I went and tried to apply to some other events and I got blocked again. They were like, oh, we're totally booked. I'm like, how the hell are you totally booked? This event is like a month and a half from now. Yeah, we're all booked up, but please sign up for October. This is what they say, you know. And I'm like, okay. I mean, all right, you know, I'll for October, but it's just confirmation of what I've been saying, that I've got to back off and focus on my family. As much as I work right now on these events, Um, it's sometimes I get a hit like last weekend, and then most times, more times than not, I get misses. Like I don't have events booked for the next 3 weeks because I got blocked this weekend. I got to move the following weekend, and I got blocked the weekend following. So whatever we're doing, but just we got to get through it. That's Matt. I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes work, as I said, and I'm getting like right. It's challenging, but I got because my youngest daughter and I'm the one who I'm going to get. Not the following weekend. She's going to be joining me out. Um, she brainstorming and she's like, you know what, we're going to do these events together. I'm going to help you. And we are talking about adding more products. Super excited about putting these products out. In addition to the tarot readings. And so hopefully I'll be showing you video on that, that she's helping me find suppliers for these products. Going to actually be there with me at the booth to set up breakdown as she used to in Utah, which is fantastic. But she's going to help me kind of like man the table and make sure that, if anybody is coming up trying to buy products while I'm doing readings, she's there to process payment and pack up their stuff, package it for them to go, and getting actually kind of encouraged. I'm finding some positive use in the challenge. We're working through it. We're coming back. But yeah, the next 3 weeks is kind of laying low, focusing on family. I do want to show y'all videos of where I'm at, where I'm going to be living temporarily, because let me preface this by saying that this is not permanent housing for me, where I'm going. Yes, welcome to Taurus in Uranus for the next 4 years, right? 5 years left. And I'm a Taurus, and my younger daughter is a Taurus. So, we're definitely wanting to put roots down, not quite there yet. The reason why this place is temporary is because my older, who I'm staying with right now, they found this place, and my friend wants to move into this place next May, but they're locked into a lease. So I'm basically their placeholder there, and I'm helping to get the property ready for them so that they move over there, so that when this lease comes up next May, they're able out of it, because they said they know, like, they're already paying far too much. It's Austin, right? And they want to get into a place that's not in the city and also not so sky high in rent. This is going to help give them leverage, so that, particularly with her boyfriend, he wants to business, and he won't have the leverage financial to like free up resources that he can direct money into building a business that he wants to start, rather than get all these damn landlords that are trying to get over. Gotta have my Texas tea, by the way. And this is herbal blend that I bought from these ladies at that last event. It's really like the really healthy I got from these ladies at that last event that I went so well. Anyway, yes, buy local. I keep forgetting to tell y'all that if I'm talking too slow and I go back and listen to myself, I'm like, oh my god, I'm such a southerner. I talk so slow. I'm sure the people in the Northeast that are listening to this are like, oh my gosh, hurry it up. Like, definitely the TikTok generation, they do not have the attention span for my slow, drawn out talking. So if you want to speed this up, go into the settings. If you're on a mobile device, it's the top right hand corner where the 3 dots are. Click on go into settings and adjust the playback speed to like 1.5 is usually, I think, fast enough, but not too fast. Okay, that might help you if you're wanting to kind of the video up. Other things that I wanted to share with y'all, just some like things that I think of, like, oh, I want to talk to y'all about this, you know, and in my off time, I think like, oh, I want to share this with y'all. Recently, my oldest daughter, she's really into astrology. She said, "Oh my gosh, you know, Alyssa Sharp, she's an astrologer, which we have not seen on YouTube forever." She's like, "Oh my gosh, she's over on TikTok now," and I was like, "No, I didn't know that." So I would follow her over there, and I'm like, "What happened to her?" And okay, so I don't want to misquote. Please, you know, don't crucify me if I'm misstating things. Go check and follow on yourself because this is secondhand information. Know Alyssa Sharp if she's watching. Respect, okay. My daughter and I watched her like years ago because she had a very interesting take on astrology, you know. But anyway, we had her on YouTube and forever, and and so my daughter, yeah. So I found her on TikTok, and apparently, she got off of YouTube because they were paying her, and she ended up homeless, living in a hotel for a while. And I'm like, oh my god. And I was like listening to the story, and she's like, yeah, and this, and she's over on TikTok, and she was talking to people about it, and she's blowing up over there. And I'm like thinking about this, golly, like I'm not going to TikTok, by the way. I'm not going to do it. It's another YouTube. It's another. It just wait until they get saturated, and TikTok already is with the traders. They'll get their algorithms in there. They're well on their way. They'll get the censorship, blah blah blah. It'll be same song, second dance. Or second verse. I'm so tired of these platforms, and I'm so tired of building my business on I have absolutely no control over. It's not an even fair playing, you know. But anyway, getting back to the subject of Alyssa, you know, good that she's doing well on TikTok. I'm not going over there, but her story was just like so typical because do you know how many people are on here that, you know, whether they're in the tarot community or the astrology, big name people like OGs, people have been around a long time. Like I often like tell y'all, go listen to Leo King. Leo King's been struggling, and this guy has been. I was watching Leo King back in 2012. Okay, why he doesn't have more subscribers? Why he isn't doing better? It just doesn't make sense. Other than the algorithms and the censorship and blah blah blah. Okay, but so many people who have like poured their hearts out onto this platform, and this is what's become of them. Like I can name names, and I'm not gonna, because I don't want to like embarrass anybody or make it about them particularly, because it's really not. It's like there are other astrologers, readers that I have followed. They either disappear or they keep posting, but you can tell they are in dire straits. And oh, this brings me to something that I had wanted to talk to you about. I forgot to mark it in my notes, but here it is. Very important on this subject. I have long said, you know, find your readers that you resonate with and support them, please, because AdSense YouTube is not doing it. It is like, you think these people, right? You think because I've got 24,000 plus subscribers, I can pay my bills off of this. No. Matter of fact, some people have been donating to me on Super Chat. I gotta talk about this. Thank you for, there was one person that donated on Super Chat when I went live last week. Thank you, number one, for donating. However you donate, however much, even if it's just $1. Thank you. My God, if I had $1 for every follower, subscriber that I have, I would not be struggling right now. I would not. 99% of the people who have watched this channel and will watch this channel, unfortunately, have never, will never throw me a penny. Okay, that's the sad fact. And then, I've talked to y'all about the reality of AdSense revenue, that it pays less than 1 cent per view. And if you are like me or Leo King, who is getting suppressed views, blacklisted, whatever, you're not even getting enough views to add up to anything. I mean, even people with over 1 million subscribers, do the math. How much is less than 1 cent per view? They can't pay their bills, okay? So, you're paying with your attention watching these videos, and the people who are actually putting the content out there that is holding eyeballs on this platform, we're in the poorhouse. We can't pay our bills, okay? So, and I'm telling you the story about Alyssa Sharp, and I can name others, and it's just like, and I see people, I'm telling you, would be shocked. People who are very well-seasoned professionals. They have been doing this for at least 5 years, or around 5 years, and they have been putting out content consistently every week for years now, and they have well over 100,000 subscribers, or even somebody like me, 24,000 plus subscribers, and then you can't get the views. You can't get the AdSense revenue, and even if you get the AdSense revenue, it's less than 1 cent per view. Okay, so thank you to those of you who donate to the people that you resonate, rather than serial watching all of these and never giving to anyone, right? But back also, I want to make a point about the super chat. I'm going to tell you that I do have planned, and I've had it in the back of my head for a while now. I'm letting you know. The gun is pointed, right? I'm about to pull the trigger on this thing. I'm just waiting for the right calculated moment to pull the damn trigger and demonetize this channel. I am about to demonetize this channel. And when I do, not only will you not have any YouTube ads running on it, so much as I can help it, you will also not be able to donate on Super Chat when I go live. And that is intentional. I've said this before, and I'll say it again for the people who've never heard it. I appreciate however you donate. Unfortunately, when you donate to me through Super Chat, YouTube takes 30% of that donation. Worse, they'll wait up to 30 days, if not longer, holding on to that donation. They actually will not pay me until I surpass $100 in YouTube AdSense. So for example, probably about 3 or 4 months ago, a very nice lady donated $50 to me on YouTube Super Chat while I was live doing a reading. Thank you so much. You know who you are. I have still not seen that $50. YouTube still has not paid me. And the $11.11 that was donated to me last night, I don't know when I'm going to see it. Because when I'm only getting like roughly 150 views per video, and I only get paid less than 1 cent per view, those videos are slowly, barely even gaining any, accruing any money in my AdSense account. and it just slowly accrues until it reaches $100. Then they cut me a check, and I'm telling you, I'm nearly $100 in. When I get to the $100 mark, no more. I'm getting my $100 and I'm getting the F out. Excuse my French, but it angers me. In any other line of business, this is robbery. This is an unfair exchange. And back when I, was getting views in 2017, 2018, 2019, when I had videos getting 17,000 views per video, they were paying me more per view. I was like making at least $700 a month. And that's not the Vimeo. Because of all those eyeballs, I was able to direct traffic onto Vimeo, and I was making at least $750 off of that. And then I had my private readings. Again, all these eyeballs on my work was me not only AdSense revenue, Vimeo pay-per-views, but I was also getting the private readings in. So I had every reason in the world to believe that, given the projections and the increase in everything, that I was going to be out of, like, I would be able to move back to Austin years ago, based on my projections from 2017 through 2019. But in 2019, when I got into my second year on here, that's when everything switched and changed. And it damn near went to a whole level during COVID, when everybody and their dog decides on here and do tarot, whether they know it or not, whether they're being honest or not. And then they got onto TikTok as well. Now, not only am I dealing with all this saturation online, all this competition, but I'm dealing with these algorithms and everything just, it's bad. It's bad business. I'm sorry, some of y'all have heard me go on this rant before, and I try to get it for a while because I don't want to keep beating the same drum, but I have to repeat it for those of you who have not heard it before and don't know. Like, bringing this more to an updated, I am pivoting towards demonetized channel. As I can do it, I am doing it, and you are going to see me talk more and more about asking y'all to leave tips, because I'll be monetizing this channel, and my tips are going to be PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Square, and I already have all the links in the description box down below. So you're gonna see a lot more of me saying that, like whenever I go live, and be like, hey, if y'all want to give me a tip me. And I said that when I went live time, but people still went to super chat. Easier, right? I understand it's easy to just go to super chat. You can keep while you're donating. You don't have to leave the platform. They make it so convenient for you to give them the money to them and hold on to it in depth, right? Like, to hell with creators. I'm serious. We have these creators like Alyssa Sharp. These people are their lives, their livelihoods. And another thing that really pisses me off, and I know if you are a light worker, a tarot reader watching this, you are going to so agree with me when I say this. We are tired of the gimme jimmies. We are tired of the spiritual vampires, the people who do not view spiritual work. They have some kind of idea, well, you should just do this for free. Really? There are people doing this, living out of hotels. They pay their bills. And you guys know this. And your attitude is, well, that's your choice. Go get a job and don't do tarot anymore. There has got to be some consciousness about spiritual exchange, spiritual vampirism, okay? That has to stop. The reality is that what is going on right now is, yeah, you're getting all kinds of readers on here, but some of these people, they're not operating in integrity. They don't really know. They're just talking shit, and I'm not saying all of them are. There's no discernment at all. And I don't want to go off on a tangent about that. I just want to say the people on here who are like serious about their work, they take it serious. This is what's being done to them. Like, I talk to Leo King and say that is an injustice. Agree or disagree with him, that man has been slaying it for about 10 straight years now. And there's no excuse for that. That's an injustice. That should not be happening. And I see the writing on the wall. I'm done arguing. I'm done trying to be nimble and, fine tune and, strengthen and everything I've tried to do with my online business. I'm like, screw it. It's all jacked up. I'm just going to go build offline, And granted, I'm dealing with challenges there, but I that on my astrology, because there's no algorithms going on at these damn events. Now, is there? No, they're not. Say that. What else did I want to say? Like, I was going to get off on some other stuff I wanted to talk quickly. I'm done wrangling with these platforms, and I'm going to say also, I would not be surprised if it gets worse. Get ready, people. It's gotten worse on these platforms as we get closer into midterm selections. Yep, I called it a selection because that's what it is. And if you think that I'm BSing you, go watch 10,000 Mules by Dinesh D'Souza. Go watch it. It's factual. It's proven, right? Watch it. And if for those who don't know, I talk about my political stuff over on Twitter. Big censorship on here, but they're ramping the censorship up on Twitter. If y'all want to follow me, my other alter ego is Woman212 at Woman212 on Twitter. And I post a lot of this stuff. But yeah, on Twitter, they're getting to where, before you kind of had an idea they were suppressing views, or, we kind of thought what was going on. And there were some apps where you could run diagnostics on your profile to see if they were blacklisting you, which, by the way, I did. They were blacklisting me. And then when Elon Musk tried to buy Twitter, then all people's followers went up, and that was so weird. I don't know if you remember that, but now he's out of that deal, and I don't know. That smart. I don't know if he did that to force them to show their hands. Now he's like clean of it all. Like, I'm not paying shit, but I made you confess all your little secrets, or almost all of them. That's a very interesting story. But anyway, now what they're doing with the censorship, I'm seeing more and more posts where you see the post where in the past maybe you would have never seen it at all. You see it now, but you're not able to like it, you're not able to comment, you're not able to retweet, because all that's grayed out. And so I'm getting more of that stuff now where you can see it, but you can't share it, comment, like, you can't spread it. They don't want it spreading. So they're really clamping down on this midterm selection stuff, and I talk a lot more about political, right? They've been missing my political content. Just please come join at Warrior Woman 212. And look, I think that despite all of this clamping down of, this just controlling people, jacking with algorithms and attention spans and trying to control what your eyeballs are on and how long, and just all of this blind effery, excuse my French, you know. They're going to keep on with it, but you know what? I think people, I do believe, especially if you saw the recent CDC guidelines for convid. It's just hilarious. It's like people are just like, okay, we need an apology now because there's even a research report or a study that came out of New Zealand, which is one of the most highly vaccinated populations in the world, apart from Israel. They are now reporting in medical journals that the injected are 37 times more likely to be hospitalized than the uninjected. And I've been seeing reports on there about people who are medical professionals saying that they are currently seeing numbers off the charts. Like in one area they said that in like last month there were over 5,000 calls for an ambulance having to do with heart issues, seizures, things like that. And even people in the medical profession are having to wake up. They're having to wake up. So I could go on and on and on about that, but I really ought not, because I know these are hot button topics. Like, this is a surefire way to get yourself censored on here or pretty much anywhere, is to talk about the selections, talk about selection integrity, talk about the injections and possible problems, complications that may or may not result. See, I gotta watch my words. I gotta play with my words here. That is a surefire way to get your ass taken down. So I will leave it at that. I've already said more than YouTube cares for me to say. But you know me, I'm an Aquarian with a Mercury in Aquarius, with a midheaven in Aquarius, and even with Saturn damn near on my natal sun. I will keep running my mouth now, won't I? Yes, I will. All right, if you want to hear more of it on the political stuff, Twitter at warriorwoman212. And until next time, y'all take good care. If you don't hear from me sooner, going live on the 27th for the new moon in Virgo. Woohoo! All right. Y'all have a good weekend, and y'all have a blessed week ahead. Bye-bye.